Welcome back everybody to another World of Tanks 9.0 map update. This one is going to be on the Serene coast, and before we get into it I just want to say a massive thank you to Pointy Haired Jedi for joining me on this little jaunt to have an explore around these maps. If you want to go check out his channel, there is a link in the description. He also produces high quality World of Tanks content, and if you enjoy it, leave him a like, leave him a few views, hit subscribe if you enjoy that stuff, and tell him I sent you. So, we're going to head over the left-hand side because I'm pretty sure that's where most of the changes have happened. You may be able to see some of the changes already. There appears to be a distinct lack of hill. So it looks like the massive hill on this side is pretty much gone. You've still got the rocks dotting around the depressed middle section, and I mean depressed as in sunk down at the ground, not it's feeling particularly sad and lonely. So normally this left hand side here there will be a big hill, then people could fire down. I think the reasons behind this is people were having too much access to fire at too much of the map. So as you can see now, I mean, you've still got the defense from the right hand side of these raised sections. If you stay sort of in the little dip down here, then you're still pretty much safe, and you've got little corridors of access here and further ahead. And then if you really want to, you can crest the ridge here. If you've got good gun depression, then you can crest the ridge here and get shots on the enemy team as they move around, as you can see. But the major change is no big hill. There is a smaller hill in the centre here, and that's just to separate the guys who spawn in the south and the guys who spawn in the north, meaning that you can't just fire upon each other as soon as you get into this flank. You do have to do some manoeuvrings and some workings. But this is a nice little dip here. I like the look of this one. And that's just because the raised section here defends you from the right-hand side. This section here defends you from the left. And then both teams have to sort of meet each other at the hill. I would imagine that the team spawning in the south will probably be able to get to around this location at about the same time as the other team. So I would imagine that this would be the location that both teams would generally meet. One team on one side of this little hill here, and the other team on the other side of that little hill there. This map seems like it's had a performance boost as well. I know I was talking about that before, but I mean, I am recording and I was getting about 70 or 80 frames per second there, probably just because there's not much going on the screen. As soon as I look over there, then we dip down to the expected frames per second level. So this looks a little bit flatter as well. There isn't as much defense. Again, there's defense from this side, but there isn't really as much defense from the front. There's not as much position for people to go hull down. Remember rightly, this little ridge would sort of taper all the way into the rock there, and you could just, in an American heavy with good turret armor, you could just go perfectly hull down there and there would be nothing anybody could really do about it. Apparently they didn't fix the floating rocks. That's fine. So we're going to head into the centre here and just see if there's any changes. This all looks pretty much unchanged. Nope, I didn't say that in all chat. So this looks pretty much unchanged, although I would say that this location may become a little bit safer with those high ridges on the hills over there now. The enemies, well, both sides are going to have to take a lot more risk in order to pop over the top and fire down into this location. I mean, this location wasn't particularly dangerous to begin with, but now they're going to have to take a lot more risk in order to get over and get some shots on the advancing tanks through this location. That's going to make it a little bit safer. I think the major changes for this map is the removal of that hill from over there, but we're still going to have a little drive around and see if there are many more changes. We'll head over to the north base. The base locations haven't changed, still spawned in the same area in the south. And we're going to head up and have a look at the base in the north, see if there's been any significant changes over there. Train track's still raised up, so you can use that as good cover, going hull down behind this, using it as a defensive tool or an attacking tool if you are over this location. So it looks like, actually, I just want to take a quick look here because we dipped down into that lower section. We didn't really get a look at here, but this looks about the same as well. There was normally this little raised bit, and then, yeah, this all looks pretty much unchanged here, and you can see as you come around here, you can see down into that location. So, yeah, whoops. Not taking good care of my chaffee here. So we'll go over to the northern base and have a look to see if there is any changes to where the artillery would normally hang out, which is this location over here. But I mean, Serene Coast got a major overhaul not too long ago. Excuse me. So I can't see the changes on this one being particularly significant. This all looks pretty much unchanged. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick look around the dog leg. And if that's all the same, then we'll just call GG on that one. This all looks pretty much unchanged. Although, this... No, I think this was reworked in the last update. And I think this is exactly how it used to look. It's just, I remember there used to be a little raised bit that you could climb up on. But like I said, I think that was already taken care of in a previous update. But yeah, this all looks pretty much unchanged here. The church is still here. You've got the... I suppose you can get to... I don't know if you could always get to that little island there, but it looks like you can now. We'll have a little speed across here. And see, this looks like it's gotten shallower as well. I don't remember this being quite so shallow. So, looks like the water's been shallowed out, and we've got this little location here. I think before... this was inaccessible, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure if it was accessible, somebody will leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know that I am absolutely wrong. So, pretty sure this wasn't always accessible. So we'll have a spin around the... around the northern area and see, is this all shallow or will I drown at certain points? It looks like this is, it's getting a little bit deeper there, not significantly deeper. And then around about the church here, this all looks pretty much unchanged apart from maybe the little addition of this little outcropping of land here. So we'll go take a look at that. Whoops. Didn't realise that was quite as well. I don't know. This is definitely changed. This has definitely changed. There used to only be a little beachhead of land here, and you would sort of poke around the church here and fight each other. As this is generally the area that both teams would meet. But now we've got this lovely big open stretch of land. We've got this little outcropping of land. This is a little bit pointless. I can't see anybody really taking to this location, although being here allows you to fire down on the advancing enemy over there. So it looks like this area here has actually been flattened out and stretched a bit, especially this bit here for extra area for fighting on. So there's going to be a lot more opportunities for heavy and medium tanks to do battle around about here. As like I said, this has been stretched out and elongated. Little outcroppings of land there. I don't think you can make those. I think you would probably have to have a really fast tank to make it over there, but not that I'm sure why you would want to make it over there. As it wouldn't really provide any kind of tactical advantage. I think that is about it for the Serene Coast. There's a few more locations at the back here, but again, they're right at the back of the map. They're not really going to provide any kind of tactical advantage. I just want to take one quick last drive through the village, which we didn't do before, as we came underneath the train line. But like I said, the major change is over on that left-hand side there, with the removal of that big hill. And the flattening of the land on that right-hand side. Everything else looks pretty much the same. So town here looks relatively unchanged. So anybody who'd like to fight in this location, you'll see that it's all pretty much exactly the same. So that's going to be it for this look at the Serene Coast in the 9.0 update. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like or favourite if you found it informative and useful. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think these changes are going to do to the dynamics of the map and how you play on it, and if you think it's going to have any kind of significant impact whatsoever. I have been Maxwell. This has been World of Tanks. If you're not already a subscriber, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button for a lot more content like this in the future. I have been Maxwell. This has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.